Hello, how are you today? Today I'm going to show you how to do something very simple that can lead to hours and hours of fun. I'm going to quickly run you through making colored rice. Now you may not know this, but in a few very easy steps with materials you likely have around the house, you can color rice, set it to dry, and then use it to make sensory bins or tubs or bags. You can use it for sensory play with your children, for yourself because it is kind of fun, or as a family. Now let's get started. You will need plain white rice. I just have a generic bag of no name 2 kilograms of rice that I bought at the superstore. You need a baggie. One of the large freezer size is best. Now I am choosing to use a baggie that's already been used before for other crafts to color other rice. I just washed it out and dried it, and now I'm going to use it again. So your rice, ka-ching, your baggie, ka-ching, your food coloring. You need food coloring, a spoon, and some rubbing alcohol. If you don't have rubbing alcohol, you can also use vinegar. I recommend rubbing alcohol though because it evaporates and the rice dries very quickly. Now, you also need a tray. My tray right now is already full of colored rice, so I can show you. Now see, this rice is a pinky purpley color. Now, if you look closely, if I get it right up in your face there, see? It has little bits of blue in it. It has little bits that are actually quite bright red. It has little bits that are pink. So there are lots of tutorials on the internet to show you how to make colored rice. And often the end result is a very dark, saturated, full color. The method that I'm going to show you today actually makes somewhat multicolored rice. So it can save you from dyeing a bag of blue, then dyeing a bag of red, and dyeing a bag of purple, and then mixing them all together. With this method, you're going to get a little bit of all the colors, so you don't it really saves you on work. Not that this is a very labor-intensive process. So this might be something, parents, that you're doing on your own in preparation for making a sensory bin, and I'll have one of those videos up soon, if not already. Or this might be something that you and your children are doing together as a science magic activity. Either way, let's begin. So I'm going to put the tray aside. First thing you want to do is open your bag of rice. Whoa, that just made my video bounce and bounce. I'll have to watch that. Okay, cut it open. Don't let it fall over. Now this is my mess-free method. Feel free to copy it for me. I'm just going to put this bag over top where I cut open the rice and flip it over. And then I'll slowly lift this bag out. Look at that. As I lift it out, it just fills up. Not a single grain of rice on the table. It's just all in there. Lickety split. This is so easy. You're going to be impressed. Okay, rice is in the bag. Now I have to choose my colors. What colors would I like it to be? It can always just be one color. You don't have to do multicolored rice. You could just pick yellow or green. Whatever you've got in your little box of food coloring will do. I've got the regular basic primary colors box. So it's blue, red, yellow, and green. How about we make, let's use the blue and the green and the yellow and see what kind of tie-dye type color combination we can come up with. So we're going to do this coloring part in 2 steps. Again, it's really simple. It's not complicated. First, I'm going to start with the blue. Now, blue is a pretty dominant color. It's darker than green. It's darker than yellow. So the more blue I use, the bluer it will be. So I am going to, as you can see right here, just on top of the rice, I am going to put in about 20 drops of, 25 drops of blue, and I'm really going to spread them out. This is a great way to count with your kids. I don't know what it is about the blue in every food coloring pack, but it seems to be harder to come out, and I have to squeeze harder. Don't know why. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See how I'm doing them around in a circle? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, well, he doesn't want to come out, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now you can't really see it because I can't tip. Oh, you can kind of see it. See? You put them, it's like blue polka dots all around. And I'll put that aside because we may need a bit more in a minute. Now for the green. I'm going to take maybe, I'm going to say maybe 15 drops of, oh, you know what? Yeah, 15 drops of green. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how fast that comes out? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 greens. Green, and I'm also going to do some yellow. Now the yellow is going to be super bright on this white rice. It's going to be fun. I think I'm going to do 15 yellow as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, it's just pouring out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so you see it's just a little, it's like a polka dotted wonderland of color in there. Just sitting on top of the rice. I'll get my rubbing alcohol out. I'm going to take this kitchen teaspoon, tablespoon, soup spoon. I'm going to take this soup spoon and I'm going to do 1 big rubbing alcohol, 1, 2. And then I'm going to close up the bag. Make sure it's fully sealed. And see how there's a lot of air in there? And then I'm just going to start to do this. Around and around and around and around. Shake it. Just turn it. Turn it over and over and over. And now my computer is really going to shake here, so I'm actually not going to do that on the table. I'll do it in my hands. Over and over and over. Ooh, it's coming out very green. I think I want to use more blue after this. So, do-do-do-do-do. We're just mixing it, tossing it around like this. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. Shake it in, look in, and you will see that it's mostly green. I want to hold it up for you to see without spilling it all over. Now it's mostly green, but there are some yellows and there are some blues. Again, kind of that multicolored effect without having to dye multiple bags of rice. Now, I can tell that I wanted to have a bit more blue in it. So, I'm going to take the blue and I'm going to go maybe 15 more drops of blue and I'm going to sprinkle them around just like I did before. 1, they really don't come out. It's such a strange phenomenon. 2, 3, 4, 5, why blue? I don't understand. 6, 7, gotta like use your muscles. 8, 9, okay, ready? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You know what? These drops look really small, so I'm gonna actually just try and squirt a ton in there and see if I can do it. Such a patient person, but when it comes to stuff like this, I get really impatient. Okay, kind of contemplating just chopping this thing open and pouring it in. Okay, hopefully this is enough. And we'll add a little bit more rubbing alcohol for good measure because that helps, that helps the color set into the rice. Vinegar does the same, but it takes longer to dry with vinegar. The rubbing alcohol, it'll dry really fast. So, ooh, I got some on my fingers there. Okay, seal it up and roll and roll and roll and shake and shake and shake. This is a great job for the kids to do. You can roll it on the floor. You can toss it in the air from hand to hand to hand to hand. I really like to do the flip, flip. Oh yeah, now it's got a really lovely, it's taking on a really gorgeous kind of teal color with hints of green and yellow rice inside. Okay, almost mixed. All right, so one more. Let's get right in there and take a look. See? just a little bit. See there? You can see that some of it is quite blue, some of it's quite green. You got little grains that have a saturated deep color. Some just have a hint of color. You get a real variety when you do it this way with the drops. Okay. Now, all that you have left to do from here, put this one aside. All that you have left to do after that is put it inside a shallow pan. This one's a little bit too deep, but it's what I had on hand. Maybe a larger cookie sheet would be better. You spread it out, leave it on the counter overnight, maybe even just for a couple of hours. Let all that alcohol evaporate. And then you have, well, this is almost dry already, and I only made this about 45 minutes ago. So you have colored rice to play with. Get a good look at that. Look at that. Ready for sensory play. Just needs to dry a little bit longer. It's that easy. Stay tuned, folks, for an upcoming video on how to make your own sensory bins or buckets or trays for play at home using, you guessed it, colored rice.